I get some version of this question all the time, both from family members, friends, old coworkers, and often these people are either near retirement or recently retired. And they ask me, what do you do all day long? And I thought it was kind of an interesting question. Why do they care what I do all day long? When I really started thinking about it and looking at them, I think they're a little worried what their answer is to that question. And it brings up some interesting dialogue after that, that's for sure. Recently, I had a friend down here in my shop who was in town for a few days, and he's recently retired, and was curious what I was doing, what my hobbies were, and how I was keeping on in retirement. And of course, he asked that question, what do you do all day long? I asked him the same question, and that's when he actually admitted he doesn't do anything all day long. He goes to the gym, really is struggling with the answer to that question, what to fill his days with. And it's a question I get often. And so I thought, well, I want to answer that question for once and for all. What do I actually do all day long? And I'm honest with you, right now, it is actually 3D printing. I'm really getting into this. I got about 250 hours on this Bamboo Labs X2D, printing things like this that have no useful purpose at all, hold glasses, or printing the Bamboo Labs Benchy. Right now I'm printing labels for my Milwaukee packouts, which you can probably see in the background back there. But really, this isn't about 3D printing at all. My hobby isn't 3D printing. When I really started thinking about it and wondering why I pick up all these new hobbies all the time, which by the way, my family gives me a lot of grief about. My wife actually keeps a list on her phone with all my hobbies, crosses them out when they go away, adds a new one when I pick it up. I wonder if she's put 3D printing on that list yet. But I started thinking about what my hobby was. And it dawned on me some time ago, I think it was actually after I retired, that my hobby is actually learning new things, which is a really important thing I think in retirement, is you have to have a curious personality. It doesn't have to be doing things with your hands. Some people it's golf. Learning about golf, practicing golf, things like that, filling their days with golf. A little hard to do in Minnesota 365, but some people are into that. But my hobby is learning, and when you really look at a lot of my hobbies, they involve making things. That's for sure. So I figured, if I'm already doing this, we're learning new things, why not bring everybody along for the ride? Maybe I can actually pay it back or pay it forward, depends on how you look at it, and share with all of you some of my hobbies that I get into, some of the hobbies I already have, and explore together. And I'm working on the content calendar for this channel. Not quite 100% certain what it's going to be. It'll definitely be more 3D printing. Looking into getting into laser engraving. That's almost a certainty. Definitely will still be exploring the CNC and woodworking. I'll give a quick brief tour of my shop at the very end, so you can kind of get an idea of what I do. My next adventure with the Airstream is to go out west. I'll be documenting that, going into Glacier, the Grand Tetons, Yellowstone, and over in the Badlands and South Dakota, and on back here. So if you find any of this interesting, stick around. My name is Steve. This is Curious Kicks, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Boy, this 3D printing, it has taught me one thing I am a little short on, to be honest: patience. It takes a long time to print stuff. This print is going to take an hour and 3 minutes. And that is a short print. I printed something yesterday that took all day.